Welcome to our channel, Wine and Time with R and J, where pretty much what we do is, ask a couple questions and we get the feel of our audience. Or I'm sorry, we get the feel of our guests, and which I kind of know you or whatever it is, but I want you to introduce yourself to our audience. We don't have Rambo here. He's at work, doing his thing, whatever it is. So he had a couple questions that he wanted me to ask you personally, so I'll wait till the end of that segment. But
Okay.
I'll just introduce yourself, which people should know you, and especially with your chain on. But
I gotta have
so just introduce yourself and what you do on YouTube.
Okay, cool. My name is Brandon. I go by the Cartoon Connect. I started doing YouTube, I say about 4 or 5 years ago. I started animating, drawing, just doing, all types of different artwork. And it happened to take off for me. So I do animation, artwork, music, a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
I just like to entertain.
I watch everything, so I love what you put out there. What made you get into animation? Because a lot of people on YouTube do like pranks and challenges and stuff like that. I seen you do a couple of things, but what made you just stick to that? Because is that where your audience was based on, or is that just something that you always wanted to do for yourself?
Yeah, I've always, since I was a kid, as long as I can remember, I've always drawn.
Yeah.
So I ended up going to college immediately after high school. I went for graphic design, and as I was in there learning graphic design, because I wanted to do Photoshop stuff, flyers, stuff like that, because that was the closest to artwork, I felt like. But when I was in there, we did an animation course, and that's what I got to see it, and I was like, yeah, I think this is something I really want to get into. So after I got my associate's degree and I started working in the graphic design field, I realized that the animation portion of it just really stuck with me. So I was like, I want to kind of learn and do more of that.
Okay.
And I was a Saturday morning kid cartoon. All of that. I used to watch cartoons from as long as I can remember. That's all I used to watch. Like, even now, it's crazy to say most of the stuff I watch is cartoon based, because that's just that's my passion.
It's okay to be a kid at heart. I'm a kid at heart. I like the Rugrats and Hey Arnold's and stuff like that. I see you do a splash of your own flavor with a mixture of kind of similar to the same characters. What let me see, what made you think of, let's just say, an African American cartoon character in your mindset?
It started off because I like those characters so much that I wasn't really ready to create my own characters. So I would create those characters with a twist, and kind of change a lot of their stuff around and make them, kind of with an urban, feel to it. I did it for that reason, and I also, at that time when I started doing those on YouTube, parodies was like a big thing. So if you did a parody of a song, parody of cartoon, parody of anything, it was like the views would go up there. So I felt like that was my chance to try to do something that I never seen nobody do before, because I don't think I had ever seen nobody do a black Hey Arnold or a black Rugrats. You would see pictures, but you wouldn't see no animation. So I felt like I finally found a lane where I could take over something, and I tried it, and it went.
Phenomenal job, man. Like I said, I watch your content, and it's a splash of what you come up with in your mindset of how the wording, the scripts, and stuff like that. What is it? Is it kind of like based on what your preference, like as in like what you grew up as, how you talk, hang out with your friends or whatever it is, or is it just something of a day-to-day thing that you kind of get the feel of it? Like, I just say, like, I did a thing of like a stimulus check, or whatever it is. So do you put that type of content in there, or it just you come on top of your head kind of?
It's really like a mixture of both, because I'll put like some stuff that I grew up doing, or I'll take some stuff that I maybe was listening to like a comedian do like a stand-up. I'll see something that he said that was super funny in there, and I'll turn that into a script based off of all of that stuff kind of put together.
Got you. What would be advice for a person that's thinking about YouTube, and then another advice where a person that just begun to get kind of sort of where you at now?
For the person that's just thinking about it, my main thing would be to do it, because it takes so long to really get that feeling to be like, all right, I want to do. It's like I want to do this, but I don't know where to start. I don't know what to do. I'm just kind of wasting time to get ready to do. I would say do it no matter what, even if you got to start with the lowest of equipment. I started off with I don't even think I had an iPhone. I started off with an Android and a laptop that I paid $200 for when I graduated. It moved slow, but I still, stayed up every night. and just learning, you know what I'm saying, watching videos, learning about it. YouTube is a place where it's really like a university. If you want to change the car on your tire, you can go on YouTube and figure that out. And that's what I did with animation. I hopped on there, how to animate, what's the best programs to animate, what's this, and I just really researched. I basically did everything that I could have did in college on YouTube for hours upon hours, just sitting there learning and teaching myself until it got to the point where I knew the ins and out of YouTube from somebody on YouTube showing it to me.
Okay, now the question about the beginner. So say like, kind of sort of myself, you know, and my channel is, you know, I kind of struggle to get to, you know, 100 or whatever it is, and it's climbing just a little bit. So let's just say I was thinking, man, this taking too long. What advice would you give? Because to mention how many subscribers you have, and then, you know, what path you took to get to there.
I would basically, I would say a lot of patience and just trying different things and trying to be as unique as possible. I started off, well, of course I started at 0, but now I'm at 1.5 million subscribers. And from the beginning, I think my main thing was first just putting content out there. So I was consistently trying to put content out there, but then I realized you can share your content so many different places. So one tip that that works for some is I used to go on Facebook and find groups of people who like the same thing. So like I found when I was doing the cartoon parodies, I would go in 90s cartoon groups and post my content in there, because then I know it's a group of people who looking for what I'm posting. So then that's how I slowly started to grow it. The Facebook groups did a lot for it, but just the internet in general, if you find different websites, Reddits, of just people who like the same thing, it's going to be easy to get people to check it out. But if you started from there and you know what I'm saying, you haven't had a chance to put it into different areas, I would just be unique, because YouTube is a place where if you, the algorithm works in ways where if you one of the first people to do something, your video is going to stay at the top and keep going. For instance, if something new came out today, if you're the first person to put that video out about it, when people go in and start typing, your video go come up first because you was the quickest to put it out there. Sometimes it's all about how fast you can do something. I would say definitely be patient with it, because it take a while. It took me 2 years before I got my first viral video, and that was just me constantly trying to be creative, constantly trying to do this. 2 years before I got the first viral video, and it took me over a little under a year to get 100,000 subscribers, but that's with me uploading multiple times a week. Right. Just consistently, you know, going and going and going. I would say the three main words I would use, definitely patience, consistency, and being as unique as possible.
I think a little bit with myself, and you know, if others were honest with themselves, that's kind of where we struggle at, you know, as in like, you know, consistent, you know, whatever it is, because you put all this work into a video and then you be like 26 views. It's like, come on, dude. You know, and stuff like that. So
it's videos like, where I'll be so hyped to put it out. It was a parody song I wrote recently. I'm like, this the firest song I ever wrote. I'm ready to put this out. I put it out. It barely got any views in the first. I'm like, man. But the other thing is, sometimes it's a good idea, but it's not the right time for it. The first time I put out, what cartoon was it? I think it was one like the Hate Antoine or something like that. The first time I put it out, it did okay. Like it did, you know, a little bit more views than I usually do. But I waited like a year and I put it out again on a different platform. It went viral. So sometimes it's about where you put it, when you put it out, the time of the day sometimes. Because, you know, I usually think people all on their phone around like 8 o'clock. 7, 8 o'clock. That's when I put my stuff out, because I know that's when they just getting ready to settle down. They on their phone just chilling because they either, you know what I'm saying, getting ready to get tired or, you know, winding down. So I try to put my videos out around that time too, when everybody free.
That's pretty clever, man. What as you went to yourself personally, what caught your attention to keep going with YouTube, where like they invited you to something like a certain venue or whatever it is? What is something that you'll probably never forget?
The first one, and not to turn this to a different direction, my best friend used to go to all my YouTube events with me. The first one I ever went to was in Chicago, and I was so hyped because I had my first 16,000 subscribers. So it's starting to grow slowly. I was maybe getting like 100 subscribers every couple days.
Yeah.
But it's growing, and I'm at 16,000. I get a call from the people at YouTube, and they're like, "Hey, we having this event in Chicago. We want you to come out." And you know, we 2 hours away from there. So me and my buddy, we pack up our stuff. We drive to Chicago, and we got to sit there at the Google YouTube headquarters. Like, man, we taking pictures of everything. We've never seen nothing like this before. We from, you know what I'm saying, the west side of South Bend.
Yeah.
So we get there, we taking pictures of everything, and it was just that was the first event I ever was invited to for just chasing my passion. You know what I'm saying? And my best friend used to go to those with me all the time. He unfortunately passed away a couple years ago. So it's like that's the one I'll never forget, because that was the first event that I could actually show like my family that like, yo, I'm doing this. Like we on the way.
Yeah, you know? Most definitely, man. That's dope, man. One more question. So for people that want to, you know, kind of come to you, you know, for maybe like, you know, a collab or advice or whatever it is, how do you, you know, you feel about, you know, doing something like that for people?
Man, as long as you got a good idea, I collab with anybody. You know what I'm saying? I love especially collabing with people in South Bend, because I want to, of course we had, you know, Skylar Diggins, Demetrius Jackson, a lot of people that come out of here, but I want to be able to really show, because people don't see the behind the scenes of it. So I want to show people like, yo, it don't matter what you do, because they play ball. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing something that I thought of off of just writing it down. So I want to show people that whatever you can do, you know what I'm saying, it can happen. So I love giving back advice. Of course, with me having a nice amount of followers, it's hard to get back to everybody in a timely fashion. And I'm just one person. I don't really have a team. So I can't get back to everybody who reach out. But that's why I try as much as I can. I put out videos just explaining to people what I went through to do this, and this. But I most definitely, I love to collab with people. If you hit me up, you got a dope idea, I'm with it. I try to, you know what I'm saying, keep it in a lineup, because I know I got a lot of kids watching now, so I try to, you know what I'm saying, lighten up the content and not have too, you know what I'm saying, too crazy content. But as long as you got a good idea, I'm down with it.
Yeah. All right. Well, this is our segment where we do, Rambo normally do this part, but I do it for him. So it's called Rambo Uncut. All right. You laughing because you know it's about to get real. I'm gonna do a little bit of questions of some easy questions. All right, and then we get to the uncut part. All right. So, would you rather be hot or cold?
Hot.
Hot. Okay. I like the cold. If you had a choice of one particular food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Then that's a tough one. It's difficult because I love to eat.
Yeah.
So but I'll probably say pizza.
Pizza?
Yeah.
What you like on your pizza?
I'm just a pepperoni and sausage type of guy.
Okay. All right. So, you know, you got a lady, you know. So if she see this, don't get mad.
Yeah.
Ass or titties? What you prefer?
Man, I like both, but I would say if I had to choose, then I'd be a tit man.
What? Oh my! He probably going crazy when he sees this. Last little question, then I'm gonna go to my begging segment. Who is your celebrity? Okay, like I said in my last video, I don't like to say celebrity crush. So if you were at a LA or venue for YouTube and you cross paths with a particular woman, who would it be that you would go crazy for?
Dang, it's kind of. I think I would say. Have you ever heard of Kehlani?
Yeah.
I think,
Oh yeah.
I've been like a fan of her music since like she kind of first started, because I just happened to come up on YouTube, and then man, I've been a fan since, and I done met like a lot of people, but I think that'd be the one where I'd probably just go crazy.
Just go crazy. Yeah. All right. Well, lastly, but it's a segment I do. It's called J Crazy Begging segment. All right, where I ask you a question and you just give me your honest answer. Would you ever collab with us in a vlogging video of like a workout video?
Yeah. I used to play basketball a lot when I was younger. So I enjoy, you know what I'm saying, being active, working out. But I just, man, sitting down and doing YouTube for so long, it kind of let me, you know, let go. But I'd love to do something like that.
Most definitely, man. That's it, man. That's all I have for you in our interview, man. Actually, no. I'm sorry. I got one more begging segment. Would you ever post this on your channel? Not your channel, but like Facebook page or Instagram?
Yeah,
or something
definitely.
like that?
I have a Facebook page that I do. It's kind of like a meme page
Okay.
in a sense. So I do post some of my content on there, but I got probably like maybe like 400,000 people on there, but they just like, you know what I'm saying, viral videos, current videos,
Yeah.
interviews, a little bit of everything.
Gotcha.
So I was already planning on, if it was okay with you to, you know what I'm saying, share it on there to kind of help.
Most definitely,
grow.
man. I appreciate
it. There's an option on YouTube where you can share stuff from your channel. So I was already planning on doing that because I know a lot of people who watch my channel just love to see interviews and behind the scenes Q&As, which they might not want to see on my channel, but it's people who want to know more about the creator.
Right.
So yeah, definitely.
That's what's up, man. I appreciate that. That's
it, man.
I appreciate you.
Most definitely.